elbow. You're like, okay, don't let me move you out of this position. So you push down, fine, no pain. Now for triceps, same thing, stabilize the elbow, and then you like push against my resistance. And then, so there's so many ways you can say it. So you like push or pull, you know, or don't let me move you out of this position. So that's biceps, triceps. So that's it. So upper trap, tell them, you could show them or you could tell them, bring your ear to your shoulder, just kind of, and lift your shoulder up a little bit, there. And then you say, hold that position, don't let me pull you out of it, and then you push both on the head and on the shoulder and relax. So you're pushing them into the opposite of lateral flexion. So you're just pushing them down.
This is number 3.
C3?
Yes.
So that's what you
C3, lateral flexion. And then I'm doing all the ones that you could do sitting first, so she doesn't have to keep flipping around. So the next one we could do is supraspinatus. You have them abduct their arms, thumbs down, about 45 degrees of horizontal abduction, and you push always on the proximal lever. So push down. Oh, that's popping.
It's fine.
Yeah. So if they have pain, weakness, inability to hold that position, of course, if they have the inability to even hold that position, you don't really provide much resistance. Okay. Next one, anterior deltoids. So you tell them, bring yourself in this position. So you just make sure it's not too high, and you're gonna push down and back because she is up and forward, right? So push down and back. That's anterior deltoids. Now, for medial deltoids, so medial deltoids is you push straight down. That's medial deltoids. And then posterior deltoids, you have them put their shoulders down and back. So if their shoulders down and back, you push forward, and you still down and in, you push forward and in. So push down and in, that's the posterior fibers, and relax. So all of it is the deltoid, but there's anterior, middle, or posterior fibers. So that's all the ones you could do sitting. Now we will do the ones where she's laying on her back.
And so basically you just want us to know like positive sign.
No, how to do it, and then, well, positive sign would be, no, that's fine. Positive sign is always going to be, pain or inability to maintain that position. So if your the TA or whoever is testing, you say, so what's a positive sign? Like muscle weakness, pain, or inability to hold even that testing position.
And so specifically for the cervical region, that's when you may ask us a cranial nerve for this region.
Yes, in terms of if you're doing either the accessory cranial nerve or if you're doing the upper quarter screens, like we'll say, okay, you know, like where's that weakness at, and what cervical root, you know?
Okay.
So what you would do, so the first one, subscapularis. So you could scoot over. So because the table, scoot over a little bit more. The table stabilizing her elbow and her shoulder. And I'm just kind of adding more pressure to make sure it doesn't lift. So it's an internal rotator, so I'm pulling her into external. So I say meet my resistance, and then I push her into external rotation. Okay, subscapularis. A little bit different. Teres minor. External rotator, I have her in a little bit of abduction, and then I'm going to push her into internal rotation. So I stabilize her elbow, and then I push her into internal rotation because it's an external rotator. So we did subscapularis, teres, and then we already did supra, the empty can. Yeah, infra. So roll over in your stomach. So the rest are going to be prone. So
Infra and rhomboids, right?
for
The two that's together?
no middle
Middle and
trap
rhomboids.
and rhomboids.
Okay.
and relax. So you have her in 90-90. Make sure it's parallel. You stabilize. Stabilize, and then hold this position, and then It's an external rotator, so you're pushing her into internal rotation. So for this particular one, you can't really push on the shoulder itself. So you just stabilize and then push. And that's infra. Okay. So now, go ahead and relax. No, you're right there. So middle, so trapezius, always thumbs up. So thumbs to the ceiling. This is, and you stabilize right here on the scap. And then, because what tends to happen is people try to compensate by lifting their whole shoulder off. So you hold it, push right here, push straight down. That's middle trap. Now, nobody likes rhomboids. Same position, thumbs down, push straight down. Same thing, pressure is just straight down, even for lower. So now, for lower, you make them have a Y. Y, still stabilized, pressure straight down. So we did middle, rhomboids, lower, infra. Now, the last one is the lats. So relax your arm. So you have them in. So the lats, what does it do? We talked about it in class. It extends the shoulder. What else?
Adduction and flexion of the shoulder. Oh, sorry, extends the shoulder.
Yeah, and a little bit of
Internal?
Yeah, internal rotation. So hold that position. They're holding that position. You stabilize. What you do, you're trying to crank them out of it. So you're gonna push down and out. So you're gonna push down and out and relax. So that is your lats. So we did all the sits muscles. So that's 4, biceps, triceps, all the, what was that?
Trap.
Yeah,
Deltoids.
all the deltoids. So that's, and all the traps, and yep, and
Rhomboids.
rhomboids and lats. Yeah. So we did all of them. So those are all the ones you would need to. And I'll put it. I'll write it up on the board too. So go ahead and sit up. So go ahead and practice, and then I'll walk around and watch you